Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about one of those things that's really hard to wrap your mind around. It happened just the other day when I put in an SD card and I saw this video. Oh my goodness. That can't be real. Somebody has shot my doe in the head. I can't believe it. Who would do that? I mean, who would do that? And looking at her here, she's obviously walking. She can eat, so she's uncomfortable and it hurts, but I don't know how we're gonna resolve this. You know, I think that I recognize this deer. This spring, she gave birth to a beautiful set of fawns. You can see them here beside her. She looks a little ratty, but here you can see these little boogers following right behind her. Kind of cute, aren't they? And she is such a good mom, even when it took stuff out of her. And here you can see her nursing those babies when they're a little bit bigger. Actually, it's really close to where I'm sitting right now. And right behind here, where I'm sitting, you can see this bobcat running for his life because this doe is hot on his trail. She was a fierce protector. She overran him here, actually. And see her stop, look, and then she notices that he's back up here in the campsite. And she came full barreled to give him the raspberries. He knew he better not hang around. Then in early August, I believe this deer got rolled by a car. She developed a limp to that left rear leg. And then she also has these distinctive marks because she lost some hair in the accident. So this is the deer that gets shot in the head. So I found I had another video of her. It was actually the very next day in broad daylight. You know, that arrow must have missed all the blood vessels, the spine, the esophagus, the trachea, even her jawbones. And I keep going back and forth as to whether this is an arrow or a bolt from a crossbow. Maybe you can tell me. But now the next question is, how is she ever going to get that arrow out? She even stops here to take a bite to eat. So at this point, my heart was sinking. I figured she would waste away and I could be watching that on the camera. Or maybe I'd have to talk to the DNR and find some way to put her down. The season wasn't in. This is an obvious poaching job. I wanted to share this video taken on August 26th, a couple of days before this happened. And you can look at her and see by her markings who she is and that she is fine at this point. But I knew that she wasn't fine anymore. So then, to my surprise, when just 24 hours later, this doe showed up, I yelled at the computer, "No way! No way!" You can see that she's got swelling on that corner of that right jaw, but the arrow is gone. And then she fed past the camera, turned the other way, and here you can see the entry wound with just a little bit of blood coming down. And I believe that white is just some pus. She looks great, and she's eating. She's a super doe. Here's another shot of her on a different camera coming up out of the bedding area on the very next day. There, you can still see the lump on her jaw. And now if you take a look at this photo, this is a full week after it happened. You can see that Pearl's doing really well. She's still eating and she looks good. And as you watch some of these photos, you can see through time, she's continuing to do good, and I'm very excited about that. But it begs the question, what happened here? It's disgusting and reprehensible. Well, this is not the work of a hunter. It was shot out of season. It was shot with an illegal point. So maybe you can help me put together some of the clues here as to what might have happened. I don't know if this was a long-range shot or not, whether it was some unthinking act by a young kid who just decided that maybe they could hit a deer, or whether it was the intentional action of a poacher to try to kill a deer, say from the back of a pickup truck at night. I don't know. I've shown this to hunters and every one of them has been disgusted. And once again, thanks for watching.